Hey everybody, this is CPR43 and today I'm going to be doing a how-to video on weathering. So this is going to be the first of a series of how-to videos on weathering, which will come out in different periods in the time. But I want to start out with this video, and this video is going to focus on weathering the latches on your locomotive. So in this case, it'll be the latches on my Bachmann GP38-2, and it's a fairly simple task, and I'm just going to show you the way I do it. As you can see here, all the latches have been blackened, and so they look pretty well weathered, and then I've also weathered the rest of the engine. But anyways, we're going to do this side now, and as you can see, I've started on some of the latches here, so I'm just going to show you the process. First of all, a permanent marker. A fine point is recommended, but this is all I have. It's a fairly good point already. It's not too much, but it's a bit too much anyways, but it's not too much where it's going to get all over the place. So this will work fine. Next, you're going to need a few Q-tips. Maybe 2 to 3 or so, because permanent marker will be getting onto them a lot when you're using some rubbing alcohol, or isopropyl, whatever you call it. Anyways, so we're going to get started, and you can do this in any order you want. This is how I'm going to do it. So first of all, I'm going to take my permanent marker, and I'm going to put it onto one of the latches, just into the center, and I'm going to hold this, and then I'm just going to twirl it a little bit. And then that is going to get the ink into the latch, and that will allow it to set. Then I'm going to go to the next latch, and then the next one, and to the final top one. So those latches are complete, and now you want to clean them up. So sometimes a permanent marker like the one I'm using, it'll get onto the top of the latch. Well, the black is inside the latch, that little square in there. So this is where the rubbing alcohol comes in, and the Q-tip. So you just want to lightly dab the Q-tip into the rubbing alcohol, and it should be just damp, just like it shouldn't be too soaked. It should just be damp, and if it looks too soaked, kind of rub it on something that's dry, like a paper towel. Now I'm going to take the Q-tip, and I'm going to rub it lightly across the top of the latch, and then I'm going to dry it a little bit. And as you can see, if you can, the ink is starting to come off the top of the latch, which will allow it to look more cleaner, and that's how it works. So that is how I do weather my latches. Fairly simple. You don't need a lot of really much of anything. It's all household products, so it's basically that simple. You don't need to go and buy anything unless your house doesn't have any permanent markers or rubbing alcohol or Q-tips. But most households have all this stuff. It's basic household items, and it does the job. And if you want to make sure that the permanent marker stays in there, because sometimes it will come off, like if you're rubbing, but in this case it's most likely not going to rub off from you touching it. But if that's ever the case with permanent marker, you can easily go over it with some Tester's dull coat or something, and that'll keep the permanent marker ink where it is, and so on. Now here's why you'll need another Q-tip, because the permanent marker ink does come off and in big chunks, so you're going to have to change Q-tip, otherwise you're going to be rubbing the ink all over at some point, and it's not going to come off. So the other Q-tip will be important in this case. So whenever that case happens, you just kind of rub away lightly on the all the ink that rubbed off, and and then it should look much better. And that's how I do it. So that's my first how-to on weathering. More videos are still to come, and I'll do them at different times, and hopefully you'll enjoy them. So I hope you enjoy this one, and I'm just going to do the rest of the latches now. They're on the bottom of the loco. So if you want, you can try this method out, or if not, then you could do whatever your method is, or look for other methods. So that's it, and until next time, this is CPRL43, and good luck.